what are the 6 common shifts across industries caused by digital disruption that you've discovered?
Yeah, I think for this, let me also share a slide, Tim, if it is okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, please.
Okay. Yeah. So common, what are some of the changes, which are common across industries? So the first is rising customer expectations. Whatever industry you are in, whether you are in retail or you are in seemingly the most conservative of industrial sector, the customer expectations are rising. And in every sector that I see, the end customer expectation now is getting defined by Amazon and Netflix. Yeah. So that is just something very fundamental that is happening. That is leading to shift number 2, which is disintermediation of value chains. The customer has always been king. Now it is God. It's kind of the force, or it's the pull which is driving the entire value chain. Yeah. So historically, many industries have, most industries have these multiple value chains: B2C, business to consumer, business to business, business to business to consumer. They're different, all kind of fancy acronyms. Okay. But across industries, I see the B2C channel, the direct to consumer channel becoming more and more relevant. Yeah, let me give you an example from wealth management industry that I've worked in for many years. And historically very product centric, very driven by advisors, and now you see a lot more of disintermediation, a lot more of that direct connection happening. Yeah, you look at pharmaceuticals. Historically, that industry has been driven by the healthcare professional. Yeah, that is what pharma companies have seen as the customer. Now, with more patient-centric models emerging, it is changing. Yeah, so across, and this is one of the biggest shifts happening because of digital, that every business, to my mind, is becoming a B2C business, is becoming a direct-to-consumer business. Yeah, very fundamental, has huge implications. This is naturally leading to blurring of boundaries across industries. What industry you are in, how you define your industry, is now a big question. In fact, whenever you think about strategy, that's the first question: who really is your customer, and what industry you are operating in? Yeah. So you look at telecom. Yeah. Historically, telecom, the core of it has been about the network. Yeah, making the investment, and then you're providing that, you're providing access to it. But if you now look at how you make money in telecom, with all the shifts happening, this progressive shift from 2G to 5G, it is all about content. How do you monetize the content? The boundaries between telecom and media are blurring. Yeah. And you further go on, with the shifting of boundaries, you have a lot of new competitors emerging. Yeah. And they are being spurred by also technology change. And with digital, one of the fundamental things that is happening, Tim, is that the entry barrier are coming down. So it's still difficult to win. Yeah, still very difficult to win, but it's relatively easy to get started. So you have a lot of entrepreneurial activity, a lot of startups, and a lot of new competitors. But it is not just that. It is the nature of competitors is also becoming very very unpredictable. Yeah. So if you look at banking, in banking forever, there has been a conversation about fintechs. Yeah. And I would say that for the big banks, fintechs are no more a surprise. They have become quite comfortable with them. They are probably most worried about Amazon and Google and Apple as competition now. Yeah. So it's not just new competition, but the fact that your competition can be totally left field. Yeah. We talked about low entry barriers and the impact of technology, and that is leading to product proliferation. Yeah, too much choice, too much choice. We are, as far away from Henry Ford's, Model T. The only option you have is color black. As is imaginable. Yeah, it is an era of product proliferation. And what is happening because of product proliferation is that the product life cycles are shrinking. If historically there was a product life cycle which was 10 years, it is becoming 5 years. If it was 5 years, it is becoming 2 to 3 years. Yeah. So, and that has huge implications for innovation and innovation velocity. And you look at all of this new competition, product proliferation, and it is leading to pricing pressures. Yeah. Competitor intensity, it naturally leads to pricing pressures. And in addition to all of this, digital also brings more transparency in pricing. Mm-hmm. It is easier to compare prices. Yeah.
Yes.
And often, if you have fat margins, it is also driven by opaqueness. Yeah, that it is not very visible to the customer. So everything that is happening plus transparency, huge pricing pressure. This means that while there is a need to drive innovation, at the same time, you have to look at your cost line also very, very closely, because your prices are under severe pressure. Yeah. So we talked about the industry maturity curves and that the fact that different industries are at different points. But across industries, my experience is that you would see at least these 6 factors playing out in some fashion.